All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have allotted 2 minutes per candidate for closing remarks. We're going to start at the far end with Kent. We're going to work our way this way, just no particular order, so except reverse alphabetic. So Kent, you have 2 minutes and our timer. Allison, what's the plan here?
2 minutes. So, you will see the green light at 1 minute, yellow light at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and I will stand up and wave at you 2 minutes.
All right, take it away, Kent.
Well, thank you very much, and I'll end very much like I started. I thank you all for coming out and participating in the democratic process. Truly has been an honor to be here. Like I said earlier, I've been born here, I've been raised here, I've taken part in everything this city has to offer, and I will make decisions that reflect that for both today and tomorrow. Our citizens need options and opportunities to create valuable and vibrant lives. I will strive for that as this city's mayor. And tell you what, I will have a vision for the long term as well. I have 3 nephews who are in this city, who I want tomorrow to be a better day for them as well. But like I said, the primary issue facing City Hall is public trust. First thing I'm doing to show, I'm leading by example, is I'm disclosing all donors. So you can see that who have donated to my campaign and trying to influence it. Secondly, I'm going to put a developer and lobbyist registry in place. It's been far too long that developers and business interests have been running City Hall. That day will end, and it will end when I become mayor. Third thing I will put in is an independent auditor. That auditor will report to you, the citizens of Calgary, not to City Hall, where things can get whitewashed. I'll bring a new day at City Hall. We have numerous people who are running on who have been aldermen, who have been here for a long time, and we've seen a broken, dysfunctional council. We need to move forward. We need to have new vision there, and I will bring that new vision. Thank you for attending. Thank you for listening. Let's make Calgary as great and as wonderful as it can be. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I didn't understand the instructions. Maybe I'm a typical politician. I want to thank all the candidates on your behalf. I think we have a remarkable group of committed citizens, and I'm pleased and proud to be one of those. As we consider who we will vote for on October the 18th, I go back again to the critical question, who can best steer the ship out of this storm? I think as a first step, you should ask yourself, what do I want my city to become, and what do I expect of those I elect? And then start asking questions of the candidates, and don't stop until you get the information you need. If you, along with those I've spoken to, want a council to work as a team for the common good, if you want solid, effective management of city finances and assurance of sustained services, if you want a leader whose vision inspires, if you want someone you can trust to do the job, then look for evidence in the only way possible. And for me, that's past experience. Who has created and led successful teams? Who has experience in managing large organizations and budgets? Who has gone beyond, I have a vision, trust me, to articulate a vision in terms that inspire, clear enough that you can hold the candidate to account? Who has a record of getting things done? Then you will have what is needed to make an informed choice on October 18th. And the city and all who live here now and for years to come will be better for your choice. I ask you to look at my record, and I ask for your vote on October the 18th. Thank you again for your active participation in this important forum.
Thank you. I'm Rick McIver, as if you need reminding. But I'd like to thank the Calgary Leadership Forum for this opportunity today. And I would like to say, after being in Calgary almost 30 years and having raised a family and having 9 years on City Council, you need to think about who you want to be your next mayor. And if you think about the big problems now that people are talking about, I think you're looking at the guy that has brought the solutions. If you talk about the airport tunnel, I just laid out, I brought a solution to council already. If you look at the $60 million problem council's gonna have at budget time. It was me all along that said, I was the only one that didn't support the budget knowing this was coming at us. It was me all along that said, we need to redo this budget. This budget system's broken. I think I've been bringing the solutions. And I can tell you what, at this crucial time, in fact, I'm the guy that's pointing out that if we don't build the tunnel, it'll be Bob's $500 million bungle. Because it will cost us at least $500 million more based on the same attachment to the report that he points at if we don't do it. And so you know what, folks? This is no time for on-the-job training. You want somebody that's been there, you want somebody that knows City Hall, and you want somebody that's had the courage to stand up and act independently when necessary, and say yes to the right things, and no to the right things, and actually put teams together when necessary, and be part of actually putting impossible deals together, like the annexation that we got agreement with Rocky View. I'm that guy. Respectfully, I'm asking for the opportunity to lead the city after October 18th. Thank you.
Well done, Rick. Imagine Calgary is a document that really it does outline where we can go as a city in the future, and it was a document that 16,000 plus Calgarians were part of. So it's really presumptuous of 12, 13, 14, 15, 21, however many people are going to be up here saying that we can run the city and we know all the answers. You guys, citizens, know the answers. Now, how do we engage citizens and how do we create citizen engagement capacity? That's really the challenge, I think, for the next mayor. I'd also like to just, take the whole thing, turn it upside down, and here's a great team. Here's a mayor's team. We all run the city together. We all come up with ideas because these guys are pretty smart. So I'm sure with your cooperation with these gentlemen, we can really change things, but that's not going to happen. Back to reality cues. So being a citizen versus being cynical. Being growers, not mowers. Doing more with a little. Return on investment. Embracing high performance in all aspects of the city. Open the books and keep them open. Triple E, John talks about Triple E. I say Triple E is every expenditure is examined. Audit before the election, I don't know who, there's a lot of people here involved in not-for-profits. I know that for a fact. Who has voted on their next executive before seeing the treasurer's report? No one. What's that all about? How come we don't have an emergency meeting of council right now? Give the resources that are required for that audit to happen, so the voters know what's going on down at City Hall. We just don't get it from us, a bunch of talking heads. Even more important than the candidates is the voters. You've got to get out. You've got to encourage people to get out. I think we're going to kick some Edmonton butt. There's a challenge from the Edmonton gentleman as far as the voting turnout. New game, new rules, and democracy is more. In my mind, democracy is more than voting once every 3 years. So keep hitting the pavement, everybody. Keep growing food. Keep helping out your neighbors, and keep being great citizens.
We do have a problem. The biggest problem in this city is, in fact, our city council. And what we need to be able to understand is that the people who got us into this problem are sadly not the people who can lead us out of this problem. And that's the situation we face with all the folks good people who are here trying to tell us to get out of the problem. Today we heard Alderman McIver say he would get rid of the $3 park and ride fee, the one he championed and voted for. We heard people talk about building complete communities when all of the aldermen here voted for a last-minute gut of Planet, which came out of Imagine Calgary. I was one of those 18,000 people who worked on that to make it happen, which will increase our taxes over time by $2 billion. These are, sadly, friends, not the people who can get us out of this situation. They have been, to use the bad cliche, fiddling as the city burns. And for them to now say, I'm happy to put down my violin and pick up a watering can, is a little hard to believe. The good news is we have folks who are able to make this change. And in me, I give you not only a fresh voice, new ideas, but a new voice and new ideas that actually know where they're coming from and what they're talking about. I'd like to think not for nothing that I sit through all the city council meetings. But in reality, all summer we've been releasing every week a series of better ideas. They are in-depth details on how we'll deal with things like affordable housing, like our transit system, like funding the airport tunnel. The latest one that we released this week is on governance reform. I recommend it as an excellent sleep aid if you are insomnia. It is, however, unbelievably important. Unbelievably important to reform our council, to bring people in, to have authentic conversations with Calgarians, and to develop solutions together. So I encourage all of you, learn more about all the candidates. Spend time at menchie.ca, read the better ideas, give us feedback. I'm happy to be graded on this stuff, Alderman McIver. And give us feedback and help us move forward. Because together with your support, I can help bring you that better Calgary that we all deserve. Thank you.
We've had a taste of the candidates. I'd like to think that we learned a lot, and I do want to acknowledge our candidates for their insight, their commitment, and their courage to take a stand. I want to close by a couple things. We have a couple announcements. First of all, I want to mention a little experience. I participated in the process called Planet. I spent about a couple hundred hours in the whole thing. When they finally produced the final report at an expense of $6 million, our taxpayers, they produced a 325-page report, and they said if you wanted a copy, you had to print it yourself. Because this was green policy. I really didn't want to print it out of my home computer. So I called the mayor's office and said, I'd like to get a printed copy. And said, we don't have access to them. Call the alderman's office. I called the alderman's office and said, no, we don't have any copies. Call the 311 number, which is their customer service center. I called them and said, we don't even know what Planet is. I said, you can't be serious. The city's just spent $6 million. I'd like to speak to your supervisor. I got booted up one and said, no idea what it is. I said, well, don't you think you should have some responsibility? Well, we appreciate you telling us about it. And they referred me to the planning department, building inspections department. They had no idea about Planet, the planning department, and said, why don't you call the alderman's office? So ladies and gentlemen, 12 years ago I wrote a book called Satisfaction Guarantee, How to Satisfy Every Customer.